Your mind. You know, there was a lady named Ma. Well, they called her Ma. She had a place and lived up in Sebastian, Florida. And I'm sorry that I think we lost her to pancreatic cancer. Suddenly, she was just off this earth. But she told me she was going to teach me someday how she had been fat and lost weight by breathing. Now, does that sound sensible? Can you actually lose weight from breathing?
Yes.
How? How
And,
can you possibly?
Well, I know, but you have to know the science behind that. First of all, if you learn to breathe right,
Mhm.
you are filling your lungs with fresh air that will reach down to every single cell in your body, and it will rejuvenate you, make you feel healthier, and have a sense of well-being. And you get rid of all the waste that is stored with stale air in the lungs. So we need to exchange the air and breathe right to get oxygen down to the cellular level. And you can do that with simple breathing techniques like pranayama and with meditation practice.
Like the prana in the air.
Prana is in
There's
the
a life
air.
force that's in the air.
Yes.
But
Prana.
that sounds hocus pocus or whatever you call it.
No.
Hocus pocus?
Prana is the energetic force around us, the universal force. We know there is something greater within us.
Yes.
It is everywhere. And when you connect to that, which you can do via meditation, we become closer to that force. That is the universal power, which is the greatness in every single one of us.
So meditation is not a religion. It's not even a philosophy. It is scientific.
It is scientific.
You know, I remember reading about a Swami. Now, this, of course, this is getting off the subject because you're such a. We're just becoming new friends. But I feel you came in today and said, I am so blessed that we met. And I got to tell you, I'm blessed that I met you because, first of all, because you're an RN. You know, it's not hocus pocus with you. You've looked at the science of all this. And you're very legitimate, and you seem to have I can tell when a person, a woman or a man, has their feet firmly on the ground. And you seem to have a very solid foundation. And so I like that, you know? I mean, I think that meditation scares some people. And you can tell me biblical ability for this. When you hear about these swamis, there's one swami over there. He went underneath the tree, sat in the lotus position, and he hasn't moved in like 9 years.
Yes.
Never drinks water, never eats anything. They've checked his heartbeat. It's there, very slow. What's that, you know? But I shouldn't really bring that up because it might stain what we're talking about today. But because of that, I tend to have a wall going, oh boy, you're talking about meditation. But for some reason with you, you know, Nurse Annalie,
Yes.
I feel more comfortable. And knowing you were a registered nurse, you went through, you know, that's a lot of schooling, and you
Yes.
practiced.
Yes.
What kind of a nurse were you in New York City?
I was a critical care nurse for more than 25 years.
Critical care for 25 years.
Well, I
That's
worked in
substantial.
ICU in New York for the North Shore LIJ healthcare system, and I was privileged to work with some of the best healthcare professionals in the field, and I was lucky to take care of many, many wonderful patients. But I saw how they often suffered from diseases and conditions that could have been prevented with a little bit more health knowledge and better thinking process. And that was the reason that I got into the practice of meditation. But I teach focus awareness meditation, which is a little bit different because it is backed by science. It consists of 5 simple steps that are easy to follow, so you never have to sit down in your meditation seat and think, what do I do next? You know exactly what to do next.
Okay, now are we going to do that on air today? Take people on a journey into more peacefulness?
Would you like to do that, Rhett?
Well, I would, and I'll tell you why. We did it briefly yesterday when we first met, but I record every Sunday CBS Good Morning on Sundays, CBS Sunday Good Morning, whatever the name of the show is. And there was this conservative man who works for them, a reporter, and he said, he got on air and he said, listen, he said, I've never believed in meditation. I poo-pooed it for years. He said, I can't believe I'm about to do a segment, folks, on meditation. But I will tell you this, there is conclusive evidence now it absolutely lowers blood pressure, it reduces stress, and this has been under medical testing. So this is a report by a conservative guy who contested the idea of meditation for years and years. So I think as a born-again Christian, I stayed away from this meditation because I thought it was like, ooh, you, and it's kind of like, is that Antichrist? When I'm maturing through life, I realized, Jesus, it is written, meditated. Not necessarily going out in contemplative thought, somewhere out in the desert, but went there to empty himself out so he could be filled with more of God.
Well, the thing is, Rhett, we all want to be the best that we can be. It is at the core of our being, and meditation helps us to get us there.
Okay, now you're going to give us the 5 techniques right here on the air today.
Yes.
Okay.
The 5 techniques are to sit straight with your head, neck, and trunk aligned. The second part is breathing. You want to breathe with the diaphragm so that you can get as much air into the lungs as possible. The third is systematic relaxation. With your mind, you relax your whole body.
What do you do if you drift off in thought?
Then, when you realize you're drifting off,
Come back.
you just let those thoughts go and fly by like little white clouds, and then you gently bring your attention back to the breath.
Now that's what that man said on TV. He said
Yes.
it's simply just focusing in on your breathing
That's what
and
it
forgetting everything else.
That is exactly right. It is exactly right.
Okay, that's number 3, right? What's number 4? You're giving us
The
the
benefits.
5. Yeah.
The benefits of meditation. The extraordinary benefits of meditation are many, and they are all backed by medical research. First of all, meditation is a wonderful practice where we learn to free ourselves of worries and mental entanglement so that we can have a mind that is clear and focused. And the bridge between our mind and body is the breath.
So much on
And that
breath.
is what calms the nervous system. It's the focus and the calming of the nervous system, and it reduces stress, anxiety, blood pressure, heart rate, sleep disorders, and dementia.
Well, it's sleep disorders.
Yes,
Now we know from Dr. Delina that, I think it's 20% of all males, particularly males,
yes,
have a problem with sleep apnea.
yes. It is
Now
very
you're
common.
saying if I were to take up meditation, that will that help me to cease the loud snoring?
Studies show that people sleep better when they meditate. People sleep better when
Really?
they meditate. And also, it improves that, and it improves our immunity system and longevity, confidence and happiness. And it creates health in body and mind. And that's what we want. We can't have a healthy mind and a sick body, or vice versa. We need them both to be the best that we can possibly be.
Okay, now once again, all 5 are, one is,
Stress, or the sitting, you have to sit straight with the head, neck, and trunk aligned.
so
Is-
proper posture is
seat.
important.
Yes, because that brings stillness to the body and stillness to the mind.
Okay.
2, we have to do nice breathing that is even and smooth.
Now, this thing about the diaphragm, how do you know do you push out on the belly?
You kind of breathe more with your belly than with your chest, because when you breathe with your chest you have shallow breathing, but you want to make sure you breathe through your nose. Your breath is smooth, even,
Why the nose?
deep through the nose,
Why?
because it's warmed up by the nose, and it is better
Natural filtering
controlled,
system.
and it is a natural system to breathe through the nose.
Okay.
It is
now,
healthier.
Okay, so that's 2. What's number 3?
The 3 is systematic relaxation. In your mind, you follow your body,
Yes.
and you relax every part of your body.
Oh, I see. Like yesterday you said, okay, take your neck, let it go. Take your shoulders, let them go down. Take
Exactly.
your arms, let them go.
Yes.
And funny, when you were taking me through that process, I would find myself, wow, I didn't realize I was holding my shoulder up
Yes.
like that. Oh, I didn't know that my hand felt, tense.
Yes.
And then, the legs and
The tongue, the jaw, the neck, the shoulders. You're so right, Rhett. Your hands. We do it without realizing it.
now
We
that's
stress our body.
okay. Now that's number 3, right?
Yes.
Okay, what's number 4?
And that is when we refine our breath. We put our awareness on the flow of the breath, right at the point between the 2 nostrils, and in our mind, we follow the breath and we are completely mindful by sensing the flow of the breath as it enters.
Mindful.
leave
We see
the
this
most-
word mindful. It's being thrown around a lot today.
Yes.
Mindful is focusing in on where you are, not yesterday, not
Yes.
tomorrow. They say looking back causes depression, looking forward causes anxiety.
Yes.
So to be mindful, be here now.
To
That's
be-
what mindfulness means.
Yes,
So to
you're
be
very
mindful
correct.
of your breathing, like that man on CBS said. This is strictly scientific. To just so that's number 4. What's number 5?
Number 5 is focus.
Focus on.
You can focus on the breath, you can focus on an object, or you can focus on a mantra.
But I thought that was 4. Focus on the breath.
The focus is the last one. And
Oh.
that will bring it all together so that all our awareness is on the breath, an object, or a mantra.
Okay, we're going to take a break and then we're going to come back. And we were talking to Anna Lee, and she is originally from Norway, but for over 25 years she was a nurse in New York City. It's in, what is it called? CI what?
I work in critical care.
Critical care nurse. And she teaches meditation. She's been trained, and there is scientific evidence that this really can lower your blood pressure and give more peace to your life. Her book, we'll talk about it when we come back, is Saya, S-I-C-C-C-S-I, which means yes. Ya, which means yes in what language?
Norwegian.
And then say yes. Saya, Si-ya, say yes to better life and health. Okay, and by the way, what's your phone number?
My phone number is 516-998-5730.
I'll have you repeat that a little later on. We got to take a break. This is the Mayor of the Airwaves. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Mercedes-Benz of Fort Pierce. Test drive a brand new Mercedes-Benz today. Go see my friend Mark down there. Ask for Tall Mark, and he'll take very good care of you at Mercedes-Benz of Fort Pierce. You'll find it a lovely experience. Test drive one today. The only dangerous thing about it is once you've ridden in one, you're going to want one. Okay? So that's Fort Pierce, Mercedes-Benz. We'll be right back.
You have the power to help us help others. Treasure Coast Community Health is a local health care
Yeah.
provider for everyone.
Okay, her instruction spot is going to run next, and you're going to have about 3 minutes to come back before news.
Oh, so her ad's going to run during the break? Good. Because I don't want you to mention any date or any class that's coming up. Because this can play. See, there's no dates. If you mention that special date, then I have to throw all this out. But if you don't mention the dates, then let's keep it. Okay, I'm trying to keep her totally free of dates so you can play this when I'm away, and stuff like that. I know you already get I figured you were thinking that, so was I.
Rhett, I just want to mention this about my teacher. Because you asked me yesterday, just ask me again that I taught with the famous lady. You asked me that, so that I can say the right thing.
Okay.
You asked me this. Right. And I will answer this.
On top of the book is covering that.
Oh.
You won't need it. You'll have 3 minutes before news.
Okay, thank you.
Here's Joel from Culinary Pool Service with an urgent message for you this month.
So I would like to just to say this about who I learned from, because that's important.
Fencing, netting, any sort of safety product around your pool.
And then I want to have a picture with you
Oh, sure.
We want to help you out. Please.
that I can put on her page.
Sure.
So, and your name, so it will
It's adult supervision.
help you too.
Thank you.
Because that's how things work.
Sure.
Place. Okay. Culinary Pool Service, again, that phone number is 778-2633. Somebody owes you money. Somebody owes your business money. Seriously.
I'm so glad you called me yesterday.
Of course.
I should ask you to recite that, or I could wait till the next half hour to recite that. Okay, you're okay with that.
Oh, absolutely.
When you pay too much for your stuff, you get frustrated. When you get frustrated, you eat junk food and watch reality TV. When you eat junk food and watch reality TV, your clothes don't fit and your friends stop calling. When your clothes don't fit and your friends stop calling, you get depressed. Adopt 27 cats and paint your house plan. Adopt 27 cats and paint your house plan.
Just yesterday morning, they let me know you were gone. Suzanne, the plans they made put an end to you. I woke up this morning, I wrote down this song. I just can't remember who to send it to. Oh, I've seen fire, I've seen rain.
Okay, stand by. You got your rejoin for 3 seconds next. Coming up.
Did her ad play? I don't recall hearing it. Just yesterday morning, they let me know you were gone. Suzanne, the plans they made put an end to you. Anyway, I like to play my nylon string guitar because it ministers peace to me. And this lady who's in the studio today was a nurse in New York City. CIU, is that what it's called?
ICU.
ICU, so I'm dyslexic. ICU nurse for over 25 years. You also, you've written a book. The title of your book is?
See ya, say yes.
Okay, now she teaches meditation, folks.
Yes.
And she's going to be giving classes throughout the year right here in beautiful Vero Beach where she has decided to retire. And Annalie, would you tell us about the lady that you taught on, or learned under? Because
Yes.
okay, tell us
Yes,
all about
thank
her,
you.
please.
Right. I am very lucky and I have been very privileged to study and learn from Dr. Susan Taylor. She is the founder for the Center for Meditation Science and the director of educational programs.
Now, where is that? New York City?
No, she is, of course, she has her center up in Pennsylvania,
Okay.
and she has a whole online virtual community that you can get close to by going to www.drsusantaylor.com. She is my ongoing teacher, and she shares her wisdom with all her meditation specialists who are certified under her, and to anybody who would like to become certified or who want to learn more about meditation. So, Rhett,
I want you to take me to that website, so I want to see her, and maybe sometime we'll get her down here.
yes, Dr. Susan Taylor would love to come and speak on your show. She
Wonderful.
is a true professional. She was born to do this, and she has dedicated her life to teach the science of meditation.
Science. It's not a religion, folks. It's not a philosophy. It is a science. And now, as I said, the man on CBS on Sunday Good Morning, whatever the name of it is, said Good Morning Sunday. Said he never thought he'd be talking about meditation in such a positive way. He thought it was
Yes.
he debunked it for years, but now there's conclusive evidence, and he did a whole segment on meditation. And he says it's basically sitting still, focusing in on your breath. If you drift off, come back to your breath, and slowly being at peace.
That is exactly
In a
right.
nutshell.
Yes. And Dr. Susan Taylor's meditation is focused awareness meditation.
Yes. Now listen, you're going to be giving these classes in Vero Beach, Florida throughout the year. What is your personal phone number?
My number is 516-998-5730.
Okay, say that slowly again, please.
My number is 516-998-5730.
Wonderful. Well, I want to thank you for coming in, and of course, we'll be talking with you again very soon. And this is the Mayor of the Airwaves. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Mercedes-Benz of Fort Pierce. They'll take wonderful care of you. Test drive the new E-Class. It's fabulous. Or the new GLE. I love them both. And once you test drive one at Fort Pierce Mercedes-Benz, you'll have to have one.
You're clear into news.
Okay, so I think we'll do another half hour. But I didn't want to say that that you'd be back because I want to keep these separate in case when you replay it, you might play a half an hour, not the whole hour. He might. That's up to Mr. B,
So I got the segment that she recorded yesterday.
Okay.
I have the first half of this segment, and now I'll have the second half.
Yeah.
So I have 3 segments.
No. The segment we did yesterday is to play tomorrow. It's promoting this event. But then you got to destroy it because it has the dates in it. Notice we're not putting any dates in this half segment, and another next half hour, no dates. Not even the time of the year we don't want to refer to.
After June
Okay,
8th.
and it's in tomorrow
After
with
June
Dr.
8th, the
Plains
story, but
from
run it until
10:30 to
June
11.
8th.
Well, we're running the other one till June 8th.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tomorrow. Yeah. What's the last thing you said she was talking about? I couldn't hear you, Mr. B.
Okay, I said it is in tomorrow with Dr. Plains as you requested. So a Dr. Plains segment, an Annalise segment, and at 10:30.
Okay, so what time will she play tomorrow? 10:30. You'll be on again 10:30 tomorrow with the segment we did yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I have a pen? I just want to write.
Yes. Put your cell number in there too, in case somebody, me or somebody else finds that book someday and they want to call you. The phone number in small at the bottom or something, contact information, Does this have your cell number on it? No, it doesn't. C. Ya. Is that correct? C. Ya. What do you think so far?
Breathing from the diaphragm, that a lot of singers, that's where they get it.
Were you a singer?
No, just seems to really help carry the voice and helps to sustain the notes by breathing from the diaphragm.
Here come Bill, walking down the street. Oh, I love that biblical Bill. Biblical Bill song. Want to hear another Biblical Bill song? That's what. There we go. Here come Biblical Bill, walking down the street. He's walking soft and firm, like he got clouds neath his feet. Well, a Biblical Bill, a Bible under his arm. Don't be afraid, child. Biblical Bill mean you no harm.
About 2.5 minutes to live. 2.5 minutes. Stand by.
You got stress all through your life. Oh, that temperament cut like a knife. Everybody rushing hither and yon. There's stress in the air. Biblical Bill got some for you. Just beware. Now, he takes his Bible out and he reads it every day, and all the stress of this world, it kind of slips away. Oh, you know, he's so peaceful, picking up all these pieces, 'cause he believes in Jesus. Oh, Biblical Bill. There go Biblical Bill, he's walking down the street. Looks like he got clouds neath his feet. Walking so peaceful, with a smile on his face. Intellect isn't gonna save our world. Only God's grace. You got your own song, Biblical Bill.
Thank you.
I don't know if you like it or not, but
I do.
It's beautiful.
biblical.
Like music, Bill?
Huh?
Yeah.
Yes, yes. This
Yeah.
is relaxing music.
Yes, it is.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Skin cancer is no laughing matter. You should have a full body scan every year at Treasure Coast Dermatology with Dr. Tim.
See how it sounds.
That's right. Take care of yourself, and your skin will take care of you.
Okay, you're in your open. Stand by in the studio.
Walking down the street, he's walking soft and firm, like he got clouds neath his feet when a biblical bill, a Bible under his arm. Don't be afraid, child. Biblical Bill me. This is Rhett, the mayor of the airways, in the studio today. We have a lady, a refined lady from New York, actually originally from Norway. How do you say good morning in Norwegian? Good morning.
God dag.
Good dog?
God dag.
Good dog?
Yeah.
Sounds almost like good morning.
It does.
Sounds like a good dog. We got the good morning, we got a good dog.
Yes.
Good dog.
God dag.
Anyway, she was a nurse, or an RN, registered nurse in New York City for over 25 years in the CIU.
In the intensive care unit.
Intensive ICU.
ICU.
I told you this dyslexia drives me
Yes.
nuts. And I'd also like to introduce you. She's going to be talking about meditation today, by the way, and how it is a science, and it's a studied science. It is not anti-Christ. It is not anti-Buddha or anybody else, and it isn't pro-Buddha or pro-anything. It's scientific. And Biblical Bill, actually, there is something about peace you were going to read in the scripture to us today. Good morning, Biblical Bill. How are you?
And a good morning, and doing fine.
Great.
Nice to have our guest with us.
Yes, Biblical Bill was, I believe, was PBS you were on for years, another station, and then you retired and from radio, and now you chose Vero Beach. Where did you move here from?
From recently, 2005, Cocoa Beach.
Okay, Cocoa Beach. But before that, aren't you from another state originally?
Louisiana, Baton Rouge.
Well, Louisiana. But you don't sound like it.
No, and
Ah, that damn cooking up them good there. Take like good, yum, yum. Let me have some of that Cajun food out.
the jambalaya.
Jambalaya, we gotta go, G.I. Joe, jambalaya, oh, son of a gun, have big fun on the Bible. All right, now you're gonna read something from the Bible, right?
Yes, Philippians chapter 4, verses 6 and 7. Be anxious for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God, and the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds through Christ Jesus.
Wonderful, thank you for that reading today, Biblical Bill. And actually, you have a Christian background. You were Lutheran, right? Or are Lutheran
Yes.
or whatever, okay.
Yes.
And I have a hard time bringing up these things that separate us because, oh, you're a Lutheran, now I got you in this box. Oh, she's a Catholic, I got her in this box. And you're a this or you're a that. But anyway, you're a believer in Jesus, as I am, and so is Biblical Bill. But this has nothing to do with Jesus today. Well, I guess everything has to do with Jesus if you believe in Jesus, but you know what I'm saying. This is not a religious thing you're teaching here.
No. Focus awareness meditation is a secular practice. It is for everyone, but it does connect us to our inner force, the consciousness of our being, where we are true, and we are all part of the universe. We are all children of the same, and I like to say that we are all stars on the universal horizon. And I have worked so long in the hospital that I can tell you that we are all born the same way, we all have the same needs,
And we're all going to die.
and we all going to die the same way.
Let me ask you this. In all those years of being a nurse in New York City, did you see many people die?
Yes,
Okay.
yes I did.
Did you ever experience anything in those rooms when it was just you and the patient that you knew something out of this world had transpired? You know, you felt a presence in the room, or they say sometimes you can see the soul rising out of people. I don't know. You hear all these stories, you
Yeah.
know. Anything like that ever?
Well, I have never seen that, Rhett. I have not had any experiences of that, but I have been with real people in the time of transition, and I have seen patients with extreme peace and tranquility who have been sick for a long time and who have accepted the peace that they are going to leave this physical world. And it is with dignity and love and peace. And that's what we all aspire to do, to live our life, so when the time comes that we can live in a way that gives us peace and to be one with universal power.
Now, I want to say this. As crazy as it sounds, you know, if you take a seed and you take the seed out of, you know, whatever it might be, let's say an orange, and that seed just dries up to nothing. You plant it in the ground. It shrivels up to nothing. And at its greatest moment of death,
Yes,
something pops up out of it. And then you have a tree
yes,
that gives you, you know, 3 times the fruit that, you know, what was on the tree where you picked the orange. It's just amazing how this all happens. Or the butterfly. It's a perfect cycle. The caterpillar voraciously eats the leaf, or the leaf. I think is the way to say it, right? Leaf or leaf, anyway. And then goes into, of course, the cocoon, totally transforms into a liquid, then becomes a butterfly, flies out of the cocoon, and the very tree that it once ate voraciously spreads the pollen, so more of those trees are birthed into the ground of Mother Earth and grow up. It's a absolute perfect cycle. And there's over 800 species of butterflies on the earth that we know of. I could be wrong. It might be 8,000, but I know I went down to the apiary. I think they call it. Don't they call it? That's what it's called down in Key West. And you can walk in there, and it's enclosed, and the butterflies land on your shoulder. It's lovely. Anyway, so that's a peaceful thought. Let's get back to you're teaching us meditation today. Okay? You're going to teach us meditation,
Okay.
right? Because you do this. You have classes in Vero Beach. By the way, she's very affordable. Often classes in New York City are $200 and $300. She gives classes, and they're as little as $110 for sometimes a month worth of these classes. The prices can vary depending on when you're listening to this broadcast, but if people want a phone number to study meditation under an RN who's actually had special training in this area, how would they call you? What is your personal cell number?
my number is 516-998-5730.
Okay, say that number again, would you?
516-998-5730.
Okay.
And I give private lessons
Oh, you
and
do?
group lessons.
Wonderful.
Yes.
I didn't know you get private lessons too.
Yes, I do.
Oh, wonderful. And of course, You're retired from being an RN. You
Yes.
don't have to do this. You're doing this out of love for your fellow human.
Yes, well, I'm not retired as an RN because I will always be a nurse, but I am retired from my work in ICU, and now I can spend my life doing what I'm extremely passionate about, and that is to teach health literacy and meditation to help as many as I can, as long as I can, and as much as I can.
Health literacy.
Yes.
That's that your own little vernacular thing you came up with there? I like that. Health
Yes.
literacy.
Yes.
And you also wrote a book. The title of your book is?
The title of my book is Ja, Say Yes to Better Life and Death.
Sija is yes in Norwegian.
Yes, C is
Sija.
Ja in the Latin.
S-I-J-A.
Yes. And this is an introduction to health literacy and meditation, which is the tools that can create wonders in our life and create magic and happiness.
Wow. Okay, so in case somebody's listening today and they maybe need some instantaneous peace in their life, maybe they'll pull over their car, or if they're in the kitchen, they'll sit down wherever you're listening, or you're at work, maybe you're in a cubicle, and you can just calmly take a moment.
Yes.
And you really need this. It's proven scientifically now
Okay.
that meditation will even lower your blood pressure. Fact, right?
Yes. Yes, that is a fact.
And I've been being told for a couple of years now that I should
It
start
is a
taking
fact.
meditation. And then she popped up at my door recently, and I can tell you this: I like her a lot, and she's got her feet firmly on the ground. Just so you know, folks. So, okay, let's get to it. Take somebody out there. Somebody out there
Yes.
listening right now.
Okay.
Let's give them a gift of a moment of
Yes.
meditation. What do we do? I'm going to go do
Yes.
it with you, all right?
Yes.
All right.
I
You want
will
to join
give
us, Mr.
you-
Bill? Mr. B? Or
Bill,
whatever? That's
Rhett,
Mr. B. You're Mr. Bill.
Let's do it.
Okay.
We will do a short practice of breath awareness. Sit in a position that is comfortable and steady with your head, neck, and trunk aligned. Note the rise and fall of your abdominal area as you breathe in and you breathe out. Breathe through your nose and let your breath be deep and smooth. Breathe out and cleanse your entire being of waste and fatigue. Breathe in and nourish your entire being with health and vitality. Now, relax your entire body from your head to your toes and mentally visit every part of your body as you breathe relaxation and peace on the way from your crown of your head to the tip of your toes and back up. And when you are done, bring your awareness to the point between your two nostrils and rest here while you gently follow your breath as you breathe in and you breathe out. Be completely mindful of the breath as it enters the nostril and feel the flow of the breath, the touch of cool air entering and the touch of warm air leaving as you breathe in and you breathe out, and all your awareness is on the breath. Thoughts may come, just let them and give them no attention, but let them fly by like little white clouds while you gently bring your awareness back to your breath. So take a moment and follow your breath as it flows in your nostrils, and keep all your awareness there and feel the peace of having your mind rest in your breath. You may sit as long as you want, But when you are ready, gently bring your awareness back to your body. Bring your hands to your face. Cup your hands over your face while you gently open your eyes. Rest your hands back on your thighs and feel the sensation of peace and stillness and serenity fill your body, and bring it back into your life.
Now,
Namaste.
namaste. Well, namaste means I reckon the God in me recognizes the God in you. Okay.
That is exactly
So,
right.
and Jesus said the kingdom of God is within. So that lines up with his teachings. So what do you do when you take these classes? You often have these 4-week classes, which we hope to be taking with you in the future. So we just went through a meditation process. Okay, so once you've done it, then you've done it. I mean, what else can you teach? How
This
does
is
this
what-
vary?
Bill, I'm so glad you asked that. That is a very good question. Really what I do, I teach you how this works on the brain. I show you pictures of the brain, the anatomy and the physiology, so that you can see scientifically how the focusing and the relaxation works on the nervous system, on the prefrontal cortex, which is the executive function of our brain, where all our planning and executive function stays. So I show you with slides and proved scientific research why and how focused awareness meditation works.
Now, when we were just meditating, suddenly, it really got peaceful. Did you felt it was really peaceful, Biblical Bill?
Peaceful, and it's a good opportunity for certain scriptures to come to mind as the Lord leads.
That too, and when I will say this, and I don't know if this is unusual, I learned from massage therapy. Years ago, I'd gone through a heartbreak, and when this lady would massage me, sometimes almost felt like weeping. She said, "This is very normal," because all of a sudden I would be back in the past. Now, just now when we are meditating, so it's a cleansing that actually they say that our muscles can record memories or whatever. Well, when we were doing this, all of a sudden I was there. Even I could smell the fragrance somewhere in my past where I had fear. There was fear in my life and apprehension of the future. It was a time when I didn't have much money. I don't know where it was, but I know that, and I could even smell the fragrance that I smelled at that time, whoever's house or wherever it was, and as that association. And suddenly it was as clear as could be. And then all of a sudden, of course, I'm back here meditating. And so I tried to follow what you said, to breathe out. So does that sound ordinary? Do these things happen to
No.
people where they're breathing out the past and letting go?
I can see that happening very easily, because if you're undergoing massage therapy, you are relaxing your body. Well, you start by relaxing your mind. You're laying still. So you will relax your body, you will still your mind, and then you might uncover some of the stress that is wrapped around us, so that you can get into the center of your being, the center of consciousness, where you are who you are. And when you say you felt like weeping,
Yeah.
you might have felt so relaxed and so beautiful, and just to be one, with no judgment exist. No problems exist, and you're just one with the universe and at peace with yourself and the world around you.
That's wonderful. Now, you give these classes with frequency. You also have your book. Now, somebody listening may want to take one of your classes in meditation. As I said, she's a registered nurse from New York, over 25 years in the ICU, and now has retired here to Vero Beach. Well, retired from being a ICU nurse, and has written this book. And what's the title of the book? You have to remember this, so it's a little odd at the beginning of it if they want to look up Amazon.com, because it's SIJA,
Yes.
which is kind of
And
strange.
it is Si, which means yes, in Italian. It is Ja, which means Norwegian,
Aha.
in
See,
other
yeah.
Norwegian, other languages. And it is say yes to better life and that. and it is an introduction to health, literacy, and meditation.
Okay, now also you have a phone number if people want to contact you. What is your
Yes.
phone number?
My number is 516-998-5730. And I teach classes at the Indian River Community Recreational Center. So please call the Indian River and let them know that you are interested in classes and
All right.
see if some is in progress.
Okay. Thank you very much for coming in. And
Thank you.
I had recently written this, and you liked it so much yesterday, I'm going to end the program with this. It's called Bouquet.
Yes.
I finally figured out why men give women bouquets of flower. It is because when a woman walks in the room, she is a bouquet of flowers, a gift. And so this is why a man gives back a bouquet of flowers. She lights up the room, she lights up the atmosphere. She displays a multitude of colors, and her fragrance washes away the shadows of life and has the grace and gentle touch almost of that of an angel. She is not announced, she's discovered, a treasure to be explored and celebrated. She is a gift from God. She's a nurturer. She allows you into her world. She receives you and embraces you and accepts you. And her joy is to be loved and needed. You give her a seed, she gives you back a child. You give her a house, she gives you a home. This is the mayor of the airwaves who loves you, baby.
Beautiful.
They have all consistently named board-certified plastic surgeon Dr. Ellen Durkin as one of the best doctors in America. This private beachside medical office and chic med spa cannot be equaled. Ocean Drive Plastic Surgery offers surgical and non-surgical facial rejuvenation, body contour, cosmetic breast surgery, laser skin
Local
resurfacing,
Bill, if you could help us clear out, we have a guest host for 11 o'clock.
Yes.
Rhett, I never heard you sound so mellow at that end. That was beautiful what you wrote. I had tears in my eyes
No.
when you were reading that thing about the bouquet and the women. That was beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
It's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, what happened is there was a lady with a flowery dress on, an older woman. Her husband's in what's that thing where hospice?
Uh-huh.
And she said, "Oh, I just saw him." And she stepped into church. I guess she'd already been in to see him. She said, "When I walked into the room, he just lights up." And suddenly, it was like all these years I realized, I don't know why it came. Maybe it's because she was wearing the flowery dress. It was white with little flowers. And I went, oh, that's why men give bouquets of flowers, because a woman is a bouquet of
That
flowers.
was beautiful. It was absolutely
Wasn't that
beautiful.
Thank you.
Really, truly beautiful.
One of the better things I've written, huh?
I love the stuff you write, but that, for some reason, sitting there with
Yeah.
Mom in the back, and you started with that, and the way your voice sounded, the tonality of it, everything, it was just,
Thank
it was
you.
just really special today, so thank you.
Well, I figured the reason I decided that then, I figured, well, this is kind of like, not to categorize, but kind of more of a chick show. I'm kind of a chick inside. I'm touching my feminist side, you know, without being gay. But and so I thought, well, I think that there'd be some women out there that would appreciate this
Yes.
now or when it reruns in the
And
future.
everyone would appreciate that.
Any
And
human
you just
being,
proved,
human
and
being
you
would
just proved that.
every human being. Hi, I'm Laura.
What's your name?
Laura,
Hi, Laura. How
Hi.
are you?
Nice
I'm
to meet
Amelie. Nice to meet you.
nice to meet
Yeah,
you.
you two need to get to know each other. She might have you as a guest someday. She's has a great show, and she's cultivated her own audience here and nationally. And she's also written a book. The title of your book is
What would a wise woman do? Questions to ask along the way.
Say it again.
What would a wise woman do? Questions to ask along the way.
Do you have a card? I want to know that.
She was a nurse.
I
in
want
your-
to know what a wise woman would do.
Okay.
Be friends with Rhett.
Yes.
Yeah, we hit it right off. She's lovely and. That,
You
Your
down?
pen, Rhett.
You're gonna like
Oh.
the guest I have on today.
Oh.
who's that?
Brendan Webb,
Thank
Navy
you.
SEAL
And I
sniper.
give you this.
No. Is he
Revamp.
coming in or on the phone?
No, on the phone. He's up
Wonderful.
in New York right now. Navy SEAL sniper, revamped sniper training school. Trained Marcus Luttrell, Chris Kyle, all those
Really?
guys. Got the new book out, Killing School. He wrote it with John David Mann, who wrote Go Giver with Bob Burke.
Okay, maybe you can put us together.
Yeah, I
sometime
can
and
hook you guys up.
get me
Because
an
this
interview
book
with
just launched.
What
Okay,
a
we
good
need
title.
everybody to
Okay.
grab something to get out of this room because, well, we got time. We have
Yeah,
5 minutes.
yeah.
We're not even in the news yet, but we're supposed to clear this all out and bring it back to the kitchen. Biblical Bill, could you grab that?
When do you?
Anything you can
When do
grab.
you have
Okay,
that?
well then you, okay,
Next Tuesday.
so be no water needed, I guess.
We need to.
I
Okay.
passed up. I wanna.
We need to. Yeah.
Thank you, Laura.
You're welcome.
So there won't be anybody.
No, he's calling in.
Because I don't want to take the waters away from.
Yeah, Brandon is up in New York City today, so he couldn't come in.
Have a fine program.
Thank you.
You are listening to